475, head coach Steve Mahaney was in his 4th season as head coach of the program and was slowly building a powerhouse. The Falcons had moved up 1 spot in each of his previous seasons and were primed to knock off West Liberty, who had won the previous 4 championships and was recognized as a power in the NAIA. The Falcons went undefeated in the dual meet season and then grabbed a lead in the first day of the conference championship meet and never looked back. That meet helped establish confidence in the athletes within the program to compete nationally, and Fairmont State went on to be a perennial top 10 team at NAIA meets under Coach Mahaney's tenure. But it all started with that team, the 1975 conference championship team. And here to talk about that team and its members is the head coach, Steve Mahaney.
Good evening. What an honor. I would like to first thank the committee for this wonderful opportunity to see some of these men for the first time in 30-some years. I was inducted, quite luckily, I guess, back in 2001 into the Hall of Fame, and we had a nice turnout for that, but nothing like this. About the only thing different now is my mom's not here, so these guys will have to do. I'm just so proud that they've come from so far away. We have gentlemen from California, New York, all over the country, and it's obvious to me they came back to see their fellow teammates, and they might have come back to tease me a little bit too. So if any of you do talk to them later on, 90% of what they're going to tell you is not true. Okay. Porter will verify that. We're pretty well. We worked hard. We worked extremely hard. We worked hard from day one. This was the 4th year, and I have to mention, I don't want to mention everyone's name. We might do that, but I have to mention 3 people right away. Malcolm Kolosak was my very first captain in 1971. He was not recruited by me. He's the only one standing here that was already here when I got here. And he stayed, so I must have done something right. These next 2 young men came in with me as a freshman. I came in here as a 23-year-old coach. Didn't get a chance to recruit. Was shown the campus, beautiful campus. Fell in love with the campus right away. I was ready. I'd spent 2 years as an assistant coach at Maryland and was ready to be a head coach. I was a little concerned they didn't show me the swimming pool right away. As a matter of fact, it was the very last thing that Dr. Skinner and Squibb showed me. But, and I couldn't recruit. We got started probably in June, but I did have a list of 5 or 6 names of freshmen coming in that had an interest in swimming. And so I called all of those swimmers and called the swimmers that were already here. And these 2 young men stayed with me all 4 years. And I'm quite proud of that Joe Deem, all the way from California, Dr. Deem, and Kevin Barkas, and Joe has the old Letterman's jacket. Coach Renton, what do you think of that jacket, huh? And Joe, show him your shirt, please. See, we knew what we were doing. My first year we finished 4th in the WVIC. There were 9 teams swimming back then. The conference was actually fairly strong in swimming when I started. There were 3 teams in the top 10 in the NAIAs. West Liberty was 2nd in the nation. They had 4 Israeli swimmers who ended up swimming in the Olympics. And there were 9 teams. We came in 4th, which was higher than I thought we would finish. I was a big goal setter at that time, and so we came in 4th that year, and then the next year we finished 3rd, and the year after that we finished 2nd. And it was just obvious to me that the next year there was only one place to finish. And from there, after we won that meet, I'm quite proud of the fact that we never lost another meet in the WVIC in the time that I was here. That team did not do well at NAIAs, and you had to do well if you worked at Fairmont State. I mean, I came in my first year, and here's Coach Duvall's team that had won a national championship a couple years later. There's Coach Retton, who, if they didn't get to Kansas City, it was just a horrible mistake. Something happened we couldn't figure out the years they didn't go. But there was just so much accomplishment already here on campus. Coach Kerr, the wrestling team, followed by Coach Church, Dr. Bundy and his track team. Everybody excelled at Fairmont State College, so we had no other choice but to excel. So we did, and these guys are the proof of that. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because we're here for those 5 individual honorees. I know what a thrill it was for me, and I want to get right to them. I do have one other thing that you do need to know about Ed Lemon, is that Ed Lemon and I'm 1-0 as a basketball coach. Coach Retton was sick. I don't think he ever got sick, but he got sick, and we're off to play Kentucky State. Is that right? Kentucky State. So I'm the low man on the totem pole. Squib comes down and said, "You're going on the bus with Coach Arcure and Pete Pell to Kentucky State." And I thought, well, I can coach basketball. Anybody can coach basketball. I got on that bench, and there's Travis Grant, and they had another 7-foot guy who was just unbelievably good. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we are in huge trouble because I don't know what I'm doing. And luckily, I didn't have to do a thing. I handed out towels. I was a good towel hander. But we won. We beat Kentucky State in Kentucky. I'm 1-0 as a basketball coach, and Ed Lemon can verify that later on. So I do want to congratulate the 6 honorees that are coming up later. Dr. Krepper talked about athletic excellence in academics. What you're looking at here is a group of young men that graduated from Fairmont State and have gone on to become outstanding citizens, and I could not be prouder of them. I guess I will do names and then we'll sit down. Jan Mittermeier, Joe Deem, Jim Jarula, Jack Snyder. I want to thank Steve Parlett, who called most of these guys himself. It just must have been a real nag. But Steve Parlett, who was a Fairmont Stater and also in our Hall of Fame. Kevin Bartkus, John Pitcher, Tom O'Shea, Bobby Monsheimer, who was the other gentleman who did a great deal of legwork in getting us all here. Neil Garvin, Jeff Now, who was also in our Hall of Fame. John Haller, who was also in our Hall of Fame. Malcolm Kolisak, Chuck Bauer, John Sprague, Bruce Schaefer, and Billy Rossiter. I want to thank all of those young men, and thank you.
We need a picture of the swim team too, so if you'll meet so that John can take your picture, we appreciate it. And now we're